What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here in the garage trying to figure out a game plan with the JDM EF2. We are going to be working with the engine bay a little bit today. The goal is to probably lay down some primer after scuffing up the entire engine bay. I spent a good amount of hours this morning and last night trying to figure out the process for prepping an engine bay. I'm probably gonna do it the same way I did the hood. If you guys haven't seen the last video, we sprayed the hood and it looks freaking amazing. It was sitting here on the workbench, but I moved it off to the side because it is dried up now. I'll show you guys a little bit of that. But even though I've done this 1,000 times before, I do still look up the how-tos just to kind of refresh myself and kind of make sure that we're on the same page on prepping the engine bay to paint some base coat and clear coat and ensure that it's going to last a long time. In this video, I am going to do the base coat and clear coat as well, but I'm probably not going to do it today because today I want to focus on really touching every part of the engine bay itself for primer. Now, before we actually get outside, I got a package from Amazon right here and this little one right here. I want to show you guys what's inside because I actually dropped this video yesterday. But by the time this video drop is probably a lot of videos ago for you guys. I mentioned that we have some exclusive design t-shirt drops, and one of the things that I was waiting for is a label printer. It finally showed up, so we can start cracking down on, you know, shipping out these t-shirt designs, which by now you guys should already know that the t-shirts are available to pick up. So I want to show you guys what's inside here. Didn't even have to use my razor blade. Tore it right open. So right here, I've been more used to like ink cartridge type of printers, and these days there's these thermal label printers that doesn't use ink. It has a print head that I guess burns into it or something like that, thermal label printer. And I bought the highest rating one that they have on Amazon. It was very affordable, and we're gonna try this a little bit later. And with that printer, we have the labels right here, and this, I believe, digital postal tabletop scaler, because I don't have a scaler and I need to know how much these t-shirts weigh between all the sizes, and if there are multiple t-shirts going out in one package, I need to get the correct you know, weight of it to input it into the website to get the correct label printed and postal. So this is a scale, labels, and a label printer. Now this one right here, I believe this is mine. I believe this is the brushes for the lawnmower. Cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. Woo, that thing is sharp. So these are the brushes for the lawn mower, and if you guys saw the previous video, our brushes were completely shot. Let me show you guys. This is the original ones that came out of my mower in pieces. And this is how they're supposed to look. Took me a while to actually find the correct ones. So they're supposed to move like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the lawnmower, get these installed, see if it fixes the lawnmower problem, because if it does, I'm probably gonna mow the grass tomorrow. But I wanna at least see if this fixes the lawnmower so we can get that prepared to mow the lawn tomorrow, and then we'll dive into the engine bay of the JDM EF2. Alrighty, so we got these new brushes. I already have a new, what is this, rectifier or something? That's new as well too, and I mean everything else seems to be normal. Let's see if this thing turns on. Now I did take the switch apart, so I don't know if it works, but let's try. It sure does. It sure does. You see, a little bit of research, a little bit of freaking YouTubes, and trying to find the correct part can save you a lot of money. You know, I don't know shit about lawnmowers, but definitely can fix this one. So I tested the lawnmower right here, and it cuts, it doesn't shut off, and it works, and it is put away because we're going to do it tomorrow. So before I get started on the engine bay, I want to show you guys the hood really quickly. So this color is a dark, like green metallic color. It's called Barcelona Green Pearl, but the color that we used was the same color code called Moonlit forest pearl. So if you guys look, it has that dark blackish color, and then under the light it's got that green metallic on it. This color is freaking awesome. When I say this clear coat glassed out, it glassed out, guys. It freaking glassed out. I'm hoping the engine bay comes out just as good as this. So I guess it's not bad to kind of like paint in the cold in a sense, because, you know, with it being cold, it takes it longer to dry. And while it's in the process of drying, it kind of like levels out, it solidifies and melts flat. So I'm very stoked that the underneath of the hood doesn't have a lot of orange peel. My goodness, my goodness. Now, I actually had a talk with my buddy Tony today, and I know a lot of things I do aren't the correct way to do it, right? Painting in the cold. I'm not even changing tips on the Harbor Freight gun. I'm using it for base coat, clear coat, and primer. You know, a lot of things I do here in the garage isn't the correct way to do it, but as I mentioned in the hood painting video, I'm a doer, so sometimes I just get to work and do it however I need to do it to get it done. And, you know, painting in the dark, while it was raining out, cold as hell, it was 54 degrees that night, and you guys saw the result on the hood. Looks freaking amazing. I'm gonna do the same thing with this hood, whether it's rainy or not. Tomorrow, I mean, it looks like it's clear skies tomorrow, because today looks freaking awesome as well. Just a little cold. All that crazy storm weather that we had has kind of passed, and it's gonna rain a little bit later in the week. You can kind of see the clouds way over there, or maybe not, but we have some clear skies the next couple of days, so I'm trying to knock out this engine bay. But with that being said, guys, you know, we're gonna do what we do here in the driveway. I'm gonna grab all my tools and sandpapers and everything and throw you guys on the laps, and let's get to work. Sorry guys, a little Selena Gomez playing in the background. But the engine bay, man, I spent a couple of hours sanding this thing down. It's currently 8:10 p.m. right now, and my fingers, dude, they are cooked. But the engine bay is 95% done, sanded down for the most part, and I'm stoked because we're that much closer to laying down some primer, which I said I was going to do right now before continuing tomorrow. But I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow because I'm tired. You guys probably saw I was climbing in and out of the engine bay. I was sitting on the floor trying to get all the nooks and crannies, but we got it done. We got it done. So engine bay is all sanded down. I did go a little further than I anticipated. I was just gonna do a scuff and shoot ordeal, which is why you guys saw at the very beginning I was using the red Scotch-Brite and some solvent to kind of clean as I was sanding. And when I got to the engine bay part, there was just a lot of like scuffs everywhere that I had to step over to a sandpaper, which I was using 320, so it's under 400. And the 320 ate it up really well because engine bay don't really have a lot of base coat from factory, so you can see it ate it up a lot and real fast. So because it ate it up real quick, there's a lot of like open little exposed metal like that right there, right? As mentioned, I'm not going to do the sealer tonight. I'm going to do etching primer tonight just to kind of hit some spots that are bare metal, and then tomorrow we'll come back and do the sealer early in the day so we can let it flash off before we do base coat and clear coat. Nonetheless, shock tower, behind motor mount, headlight bucket all the way down, all sanded with the 320. Firewall was probably, man, I think this is what killed my finger the most. There's so much contours throughout the firewall, but we got it sanded down for the most part all the way across. The front is only red scotched because I'm not going to put a lot of paint in here. It's already, I mean, it's clean already, but I'm just going to put base coat probably up to about here. And then if you look from factory, the color changes to about right here where it's like all black, and that's how I normally do with all my cars. I keep the bottom half black, so I'm not going to worry about prepping the bottom section too much because I'm going to probably rhino line it. But the bucket on the outside has been hit with the red Scotch-Brite, the backside 320. So if you guys look, all sanded out on both sides, all sanded out, red scotched. Hit all of this underneath the fender. I hit all of that as well too. Motor mount tabs, front and back side, all done. Back here, down there in the corner, back there. I took the hinges off because they were super freaking rusted, so they're sitting in WD-40 to kind of break it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna hit it with the wire wheel and do more preparation to that because they're really hard to try to hinge it by hand. With the hood, because the hood's heavy, is easy, but I took them off just to kind of take all the rust off that was sitting here. I got most of it off, just right there in the little corner a little bit. I'm gonna hit that with the wire wheel, but engine bay for the most part is 95% done, guys, and I'm gonna do a little bit more work off camera just to kind of get it all finalized. And again, I'm gonna do the spot etch primer right now before I close up. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out real quick, close up, and I'm gonna go grab something to eat because all I ate today was cereal in the morning. And we'll pick back up with you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, let's get y'all caught up. So the very first clip, that was the first day, and the goal was to lay down some primer, but I lost track of time with, you know, prepping. And then I came out the second day, which was yesterday, and I was able to lay down some primer. I had some issues with the primer or the gun being on low air pressure, and it started spitting out really thick. And then I thought, okay, maybe I didn't thin it enough, so I thinned it out some more, up the pressure, and I was able to lay down the primer. So the rest of the evening yesterday, I decided to mow the lawn, and I did this side. Let me see if I can show you guys. I did this side here, and then I went to do the smaller section of the front yard, which is right here. So I mowed all of this, which I've shown you guys, and I edged it as well too, no diddy. And I didn't actually get to the big portion because one, we ran out of daylight, two, my brother's car was parked there as well too. But today I'm gonna try to knock that out in between laying down base coat and clear coat. Why? Because trash day is tomorrow. So right now I'm heating up the booth. The wagon is covered up a little bit, and I'm getting everything all nice and warm. We're gonna wipe it down, mix up some base coat, and we're gonna get right to it. But first, I also gotta mention that I'm gonna be using a rattle can in between here, where the gun is going to be hard to squeeze in between, and also like underneath the bracket and stuff. So I'm not using a high pressure gun to bomb a bunch of paint under there. So rattle can all the nooks and crannies, and then we'll hit it with the base coat on the HVOP. Now I did order something off of Amazon to kind of help me with this process because Harbor Freight didn't have any in stock in the 4 stores here in San Jose. So let me grab it real quick and show you guys what I bought. Hopefully it fits, hopefully it works. Cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. I ordered the cheapest one and the smallest package just to get it here sooner. This is the PPS system for the HVLP paint gun. Comes with a hard cup. Comes with the cap, the collar, the little plug to make sure that the liners don't leak, and the liners are right here in the cup. So this has 6, I believe, and these are 22 liter. So what we're doing here is we're taking the liner, we put it inside the hard cup, do your measurement on base coat, clear coat, primer, whatever you're spraying. After you mix up your paint, you take the lid, you close it up on the liner, right? And then you take the locking collar and you lock the lid, the liner into the hard cup, right? And then there's this attachment right here that goes on the gun itself. Right? I'm gonna put some Teflon on this, but you screw this on and then flip the gun upside down, attach your PPS system, and then now you can spray and turn the gun all over the place without leaking any paint. So this works. I mean, it's gonna be our first time using it. Let's get to mixing. Guys, it is about to be 7 o'clock and I finally finished the yard. I cut it all the way to the fence, edged everything as well, and then I had the leaf blower, did the entire street underneath the cars. Ooh, my arms are numb, dude, but needed to get it done. Got 2 piles right here. That right there is out of the lawnmower. Then this one right here. That took quite some time, and I was trying to beast through it in the night because I wanted to get it done. I hate cutting wet grass because it just makes it look dead when you're done with it, and then when it gets some sunlight, they stand up and look like grass again. My voice is kind of gone. To be honest with you guys, I don't know what time I laid the last coat, but I did just about 3 coats. I did a light, medium second, medium third, and then whatever was left in the cup, I just kind of skim coated all the areas the important part, firewall on top. And looks like we got some really good coverage. I did go through it and make sure I hit every nook and cranny, and if I missed something, rattle can. But I'm gonna go ahead and run the propane heater. The thing's almost dead as well too. Just want to heat it back up and then wipe it down and get down with the clear coat. Okay guys, so it's been 45 minutes since the last coat, and I did two medium, and this thing came out freaking incredible. Oh my goodness. Now before I show you guys the engine bay, I want to say the PPS system, night and day difference, man. I've been painting for so long. Why did it take me this long to get a PPS system for any HVLP paint job that I do? This thing, literally, with the liner, you can just pop it off, and then you can just stick another one in there. It takes about 2 minutes to clean the gun inside and out, taking all the parts off, and it is ready to go. The PPS system, if you have extra paint, you can just plug it up. Hopefully it doesn't dry up, because I forgot to do the hinges because they are still kind of stuck right here. So I got to do a lot of cleaning with the rust and everything, and then hopefully we can still use this paint. If not, I have leftover and I still have the can. So the PPS system, the liner, man, you plug it up, put it away. Hopefully it works tomorrow, I don't know, but such a simplicity setup to do paint jobs, man. Like, I'm definitely gonna order more liners, and that's what we're gonna be using for it, man. Amazon came in super clutch, came in right on time. I went to Harbor Freight today, and still they didn't have any in stock. They're actually like stocking up because it looked empty for some reason. You know, granted the holidays, but anyways, oh my goodness. So the clear coat surprisingly tacked up really fast, and I don't have any more propane gas to kind of heat up the process because I want to close up already, but it tacked up really fast. 40 minutes and it's already like I can touch it. And I already took off most of the masking because trash day tomorrow, so I figured, you know, get rid of them now, and everything peeled off freaking perfect. The paint that we matched the inside of the fender to the outside, I mean, I did a nice line job. You're not going to be able to see any like hard line when the hood is closed, but old paint and then the fresh paint on the inside. Now it's shiny instead of that dull color. Over here, everything's looking good. I gotta peel off this right here off the bronze glass so it doesn't you know, cake up on there, but I'll take that off in a little bit. But oh my god, the Luma based clear coat makes this paint look candy. Now in the camera it looks dark, but I can assure you guys, in person this thing looks stupid wet. Let me go get a flashlight and see if it makes any difference, and I'm gonna show you guys this up close. Oh my goodness, I'm very happy. There are no runs whatsoever. This thing is wet, and it's nice that it's a little cold because I had good results spraying the hood and it came out freaking amazing. This thing laid out like glass because the cold doesn't make it dry right away, and it literally settled, and then settled, and then it's gonna dry. I'm gonna have to unfortunately leave it open like this throughout the night, but we are under the canopy, so we're not gonna get any condensation if it was to, like, say, dry outside. But guys, this thing is looking freaking incredible. Oh my goodness. Take the light away, show you some of the shine. Oh my goodness. And me, this is my problem. When I have leftover, I always try to like use it up, and it's always when I decide I'm gonna use the last piece of it that I mess up the paint job, period. Like I probably would have caused runs if I decided I was going to use the rest of this or have dry spot, because I wouldn't have enough here to spray the bay. But I did mix the 22 ounce right to the top right here, or bottom, whichever way, and that was enough to put 2 medium and a first skim coat. Same thing with this. I have just a little bit, just enough to do the hinges if it lasts. But man, I can go on about this all day long. You know, I'm not going to stay out here all night for this to fully cure, but I will throw some pictures of the engine bay once it is dry and sun out at the end of this video. But as far as right now goes with spraying the engine bay, guys, this is it. This is it. Harbor Freight spray gun, man. I paid $14.99 like 2 years ago, and it's still trucking. Not gonna lie to you guys, man, I kind of fell asleep a little bit right here on the workbench right here. I cleaned everything up, put everything away, closed the garage, and I was just playing some music in the background, just kind of looking at everything and figuring out you know, our plans here moving forward, because the engine bay is finally painted. I was just talking to my buddy Tony right now, and you know, shout out to Tony because he gave me a lot of pointers with, like, you know, painting and things like that. And you know, he was telling me the liner for the paint that I have left over, if you put them upside down and keep the filter wet, and if it doesn't dry, I should still be able to use the base coat and clear coat that I have left to do the hinges. But like I said, if it dries up, I got extra paint right here to use. But he said to store them upside down and keep the filter wet, which I didn't even know that the cap has a built-in filter on the inside right here. So I just learned that, and I have them sitting upside down here. It is cold in the garage, so hopefully it doesn't dry up, but you know, not a big deal if it does. Gonna buy more liners just to have these in store, because that is a game changer, man. I did go to Harbor Freight and O'Reilly's earlier today. I bought cutoff wheel, and I don't really like using the Harbor Freight stuff because the 1/16 seems thick for some reason. I like using a cutoff disc from Home Depot because I feel like they cut a lot faster, even though they're really thin, because like when you're cutting, you can see the disc kind of like dance a little bit, right? But I figured I'd just get this because it was $7.99. I was already there. Harbor Freight has really awesome zip tie. I ran out of zip ties, so got some of those. Picked up a little wire wheel for tight knit areas, and didn't really know that they had these until I was looking at the cutoff wheels. I went to O'Reilly next door as well to grab, in case you guys didn't know, O'Reilly has 1-year warranty on spark plugs, and I took the plugs out of the 8-day service sedan K20 head, and I warranted them out for a fresh set. Because if you guys know, these NGK 2668 are expensive. They're like 70 bucks now. So I got some brand new plugs, and you guys know I love brake cleaner, and I ran out, so I went to go grab a case because I always buy them by the case. And I did get a package in the mail today as well too. Earlier I unboxed these guys with you guys. We got the scale for the t-shirts, we have the 4x6 labels, and we have the thermal label printer. So I'm gonna set this all up probably tomorrow, kind of like a day off for me. So before I cap out this video, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this right here with you guys. This thing I found super cheap on eBay that I'm gonna be needing for the JDM EF2. Laundry is going off in the background, so please excuse the noise. Cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. I've said plenty of times that we're keeping the JDM EF2 B series, and because the car was dual carb, we're not going to be using that harness because it's not going to work with the B series that we're going to be putting in it. So I did say that we're going to run a tuck harness eventually, and you use a conversion harness. When you use any tuck harness for a B, a D, a H, an F, a K series, you need a conversion harness. And this is a Rywire chassis adapter for the 89 to 91 Civic, DX standard model, not the EX-SI, because they have a different plug, although this one is universal because it does come with the SI plug right there, and then it has the adapter if your car is a DX chassis. So this conversion harness works with any of the 89 to 91. The 88 has a different plug, but this was $100 on eBay, and I'm glad I copped it before they ran out, because Ridewire's website, this thing costs a lot more. And I also did notice that this is plug and play as well too, right, for the OBD0 ECU plugs. Back in the days when I ran the Ridewire harness, they never came with the OBD0 plugs. You had to wire in the loose wires right here, and yeah, this is definitely gonna come in clutch for running a tuck harness in the car. So stoked to have gotten this. So anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for this video right here. We did quite a bit in the last 3 days. We prepped the bay, we primered it, we base coated it, we clear coated it, and also we did the yard work. The yard is the biggest yard in the entire neighborhood, so it took quite a bit to get it looking proper, but it is looking proper. And the bay looks proper as well too. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around for, I'm waiting for valve seals to do the rebuild on the K20 A2 cylinder head. We have retainers, dual valve springs, valve tool, valve lapping compound, valve spring toolkit. I don't trust these valve seals. Once we get the SuperTech valve seals in, we're gonna do a rebuild on the cylinder head just for demonstration purposes. So if you guys wanna stick around and see that, be sure to hit the subscribe button. When the t-shirt is ready to rock and roll, you guys will know, believe me. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next video. Peace.